Hey, welcome into another Mystery Fifth Hour presented by McCurry Van Car Rental. They are the place you go for all the difficult to find cars, trucks, SUVs, passenger vans. They make it easy to rent. They get you in and out fast. They got locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and in Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003, or visit McCurryRentals.com, McCurryRentals.com.
He's Lance Taylor. Box?
No, you know what? I don't know what it was, but I was outside the other day somewhere and got eaten up. You know, I do the mosquito, like our friends at Wayne's do the mosquito treatment in my backyard. So I do not have mosquitoes in my backyard. And apparently the word has gotten out, and it's not contagious. Right?
No, I was more comfortable with the armrest.
You've had worse.
You looks like red bugs. Top of your head.
Yeah, it's going down. Thank God.
It might be. I don't know, but apparently
like red bugs.
Apparently, word got out among the mosquitoes, and they attacked me when I went elsewhere.
Are you sure it wasn't bed bugs from y'all's hotel in Louisville?
I'm sure.
Actually, one of the best hotels I've ever stayed in.
Yeah, our Louisville hotel was great.
Every room is you walk in a room about this size as our lobby, as the living room.
It's like a den.
Couch, bar.
It had a sectional couch in it. That's how big it was. It had a sectional couch in it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then you walk to the next room, divided by a door.
There's a hallway.
It's just a closet, a foyer, a bathroom, big walk-in shower and everything. Another door into the bedroom.
It was a 3-room hotel room.
Damn, so y'all got that for one night?
Yeah.
2 nights. 2 nights.
But it was, every room in the hotel is that way.
I told somebody you could have, like spring break, you know, when you try to pile as many, you could have slept 10 in there, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, we had a friend, Jimmy, who superstitious, did not book a hotel room until Alabama was winning. He wasn't going to book a hotel room, which didn't make sense because you're going to have to book a hotel room, win or lose.
That's right. You got to stay that night.
So they end up losing. So he books a hotel room, couldn't get one because the Final Four is going on. All sorts of high schoolers from Kentucky were there doing something. There was some big horse weekend going on. So he had to go across the river into Indiana at the casino up there to stay.
And, I bet he hated that.
Yeah, well, that's 20 minutes the wrong direction or 30 minutes the wrong direction before you head back towards Birmingham the next day after a big loss. So he was struggling, and we were like, man, either Brown and I can do it. You and your daughter and your daughter friends can take ours, or you can stay in mine, and I'll sleep out on the couch. Separated by 2 rooms, it's no problem at all. He wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it.
Anyway, he's Lance Taylor. He's rockstar Sean Henniger. He is Jim Dunaway. I'm Ryan Brown. And thank you for catching us on YouTube. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, that number grows every day. Be part of it. Click that subscribe button and set your alerts so you know when we're live. And follow us on all social media at Next Round Live. That is at Next Round Live. Jimmy D.
I got 2 today.
2 today.
Coming up, fashion trends you would want to come back. That's coming up. But first, let's start with where are people more aggressive and more mean than they should be in life? Surprisingly more aggressive.
Oh, it's easy traffic. It is easy traffic because the other day this chick was in front of me and like she wouldn't move. She was going like 10 miles an hour. It was in the neighborhood, but still it's like a 20, 25 zone.
I thought it was going to be like out on 65.
It's a driveway. I got up on her ass. I didn't know it was a girl. And so I start, just honking just a little bit. I didn't lay on it, just like you need to move. There were 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And so.
Like young enough to be a student driver maybe? Like just 16 barely?
No, well, it turned out not being. She split over, so I went past her. And when I went past her, she went. She was probably like 65, and I was like, whoa. But I bet that was out of character for her.
Yeah.
What, the tongue out or
The
going
tongue
slow?
out.
Yeah. But you were the one being aggressive, right, in this story?
Well, yeah, but then she became aggressive. So I guess my point is anybody can get
I hit the dude and he hit me back, the bastard.
They can get overheated when it comes to just driving around.
Just on the interstate coming back, we're all doing 65, 70, 80 miles an hour, and you'll see people sometimes almost do a fake dodge over at somebody that's passing them or something that's been riding their tail or get way up on their bumper almost like they're going to bump them in NASCAR. I do think we're way over aggressive.
Oh, I had somebody pull a gun on me one time.
Yeah.
And it was in front of what used to be McDonald's on Green Springs. There's still a McDonald's there, but they've moved it down a little bit. We used to hang out at this place called Shop a Snack, and I was in my old Samurai. And I had a buddy with me, and somebody cut us off, and we got to going back and forth. So we pull up to a light. He jumps out and he pulls out a pistol and starts hitting it on the window.
Oh, he tapped the window with a bit. That's a bold move.
Oh, I know. But I mean, we were, 16, 17 years old.
What did you do? Punch it?
No, I was just like,
You can't punch the samurai.
I was like,
0 to 60.
Get out of here!
In a
Charge a
day and a
disposable
half.
camera.
we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then at the gas station, the BP across from Jim and Nick's where we used to work,
Right.
me and my buddy Stuart, I'll never forget, this guy was in a convertible with some chick, and they were pulling out, we were pulling in, we almost hit, we started honking, and then my buddy, he was pretty wild. He got out of the car, and so I got out of the car, I was going to get some beer, and the dude in the car, he starts yelling at him, they're going back and forth, and then the guy pulls out a gun. And he points at Stuart, and he's telling him, he's like, shoot me, go ahead, shoot me in the head. Yeah, I swear, it was probably 1 or 2 in the morning.
But you better kill me.
Yeah.
You better be good because I'm going to take your ass down.
Okay, so guess what's in the back seat? He's in the front seat, girl's
Weed.
driving,
Bag of weed.
wheelchair in the back seat.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so I was like, what in the hell is going on here? And he kept going, shoot me. And I was like, him, not me.
Yeah.
And I went in the store and they took off. But people get like insane when it comes to driving.
Well, I will tell you the reason I brought this up, and of all places, on a Sunday after church on a Sunday at Publix. So first off, I'm leaving church, so I go up there, right? No problem. I go in, I'm shopping. Well, there's only so many lines are open, and everybody seems to go by Publix right after church. So people are dashing, cutting people off. I'm watching it happen. I have nowhere to be. I'm in no rush. I got, $180 worth of nothing in my bag anyway because it costs so expensive. People are like cutting people off with their buggies to get in line to be third or fourth in line. I mean, you're going to be there a while anyway. The lady in front of me aggressively throws down one of those things like I was going to try to get her to pay for my carrots or something. Yeah. She threw it down like right there. And her card ends up, she had a greenies card, slid over onto my side as we were starting to pay. And at the end, I was like, if you need me to go ahead and pay for that card, I have no problem doing it.
Oh, good.
And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'll pay for that. And I said, I will pay for it if you need me to, just to be me. So we go walking out, and you've got the little striped area. And so I'm about to take a step out. Here comes a car just blowing through that thing, not going to stop.
You should have just rolled your buggy out.
Just let go of it.
Just let it go.
But I got my groceries back free.
I think insurance would have covered it.
Because I didn't want to get grounded when I got home by Maggie. She had me shopping. So then I'm going to my car.
Where are the zucchini I ordered?
So I'm going to my car, and a guy, older guy, dressed in church clothes, so I know he's come from some church, whips in backwards. You have the arrows going out this way. He comes in the wrong way, almost hits me to dive into a parking spot, and you can't dive into a parking spot coming in the wrong way because you have to dive in, back up, pull in, back in, pull up to get it right. And he won't even let me pass. I'm having to stand there and wait on him. And I'm like, dude, what's up? And that's when I texted you guys, where are you way more aggressive than you need to
So
be?
we're on the same page with this.
Yeah.
But Sunday's the worst day to go to Publix. I'll tell you what sucks. Winn-Dixie doesn't have any cash.
I went by there the other day. Same thing. No humans.
People work in the cash register.
So they don't all scan it your own way?
Self-check. I don't like self-checkout. A lot of people do. I think it's bullshit because honestly, you should get charged a little less if I'm doing your work.
That's right. That's right. Where's the discount?
I saw something funny. Somebody was like, and I'm sure this is not original. I'm sure it's bounced around all over social media, but was talking about how all those stores have somebody checking receipts at the door. And this guy was like, you can't have it both ways. Either you come ring my stuff up, or I'm going to ring it up and you trust me. One of the two.
One of the two.
That's right. I never had really thought of it, but that's kind of right. Like, you're going to stand there and make sure I ring all my stuff up by myself properly. Yeah. You should have done that yourself if you're that worried about it.
By the way, if you've got a bottle of wine, a 6-pack of beer, then you have to wait.
You have to still call somebody over.
Some 16-year-old comes over. He puts in a code. Yep. It's just, I don't know.
We continue with grumpy old men.
Yeah, but but I just don't understand how you can go from hearing Mark in the the book of Mark and talking about disciples to to trying to plow me over or turning the wrong way. Where do you go from listening to the Bible and singing, a song about surrounded by the love of Christ, and you're not going to go the right way down an aisle?
Yeah, but you
lost in
one long ago
translation.
at the Galleria, well, it's probably been 10 or 15 years where people were fighting for that parking spot during Christmas, and guy got dusted.
No, I mean, that's nothing to die over, a parking spot.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it should go without saying.
But I mean, road rage is a real thing.
Oh, it's absolutely a real thing. We know a friend, in fact, it's somebody we all know, that this was years ago when one of the interstates was being rebuilt downtown, and like part of the interstate was closed, so you had to use a surface street to get going the other way on the interstate. And he said, at the end of work, of course, it's backed up every single day. And he goes, this guy apparently just lost it, and he pulls up on the curb, half up on the curb, half on the street, drives past all the traffic, gets in front of our friend to be the first one to go. And he said, it just pissed me off, so I just laid on my horn and never let up. And he said, the guy finally got out of the car and started walking back towards me. He goes, I had my window down, and he goes, I point my pistol out and said, you coming back here will be the worst mistake you have ever made in your life. And he said, the dude just stood there, looked at him for a second, and got back in his car, ran the red light, and drove off.
I don't understand that.
It's wild.
That's why road rage gets me. That's why I don't do what you. I don't honk at people because you never know who you're honking at. I know how pissed off you are, but you never know how pissed off the guy is in front of you.
Well, I usually just honk.
Even the passive aggressive stuff. Even
not after the fact. I usually let them know that
you've made a mistake.
I'm right here.
Well,
I used to do that. I used to be a lay on. Now I just kind of hit it.
Well, think about the other side. There's something where, like, if I'm merging and I have to get over and I cut somebody off and they're honking at me, and I literally it is my bad. I know I screwed up.
Oh, I do that.
But they still will. No, I'm gonna ride your ass. And she's like, well, no, I acknowledged I messed up. I'm not trying to start anything with you. It's my fault. But then they still want to keep on your ass for it. It's like, well, what can I do now?
I'm a good traffic etiquette guy. And I've taught the kids, if somebody lets you out, you wave to them. If somebody doesn't if you let somebody in and they don't wave, I do honk at them.
I give them one of these.
Yeah.
But when you let somebody over traffic and they don't wave, my wife and daughters laugh at me about this. I'll wave at them. Do you do that? I'll wave at them until they look in the mirror.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I'll wave at them until they look in the mirror.
Common courtesy. How do you not know?
I know. You let somebody in
traffic
traffic
taking a deuce and not flushing the toilet.
Absolutely.
You say part. I got something. Being older, we got Nancy and I were driving. My wife and I were driving on 280, and we were at a light. And the car next to us was like an Acura or something like that. It was like Fort Lumpster's going ballistic in there, sneezing.
Allergy season. 6 in a row.
Yeah.
But these teenagers pulled up to us. It was like a car of like 5 teenagers, and they're looking at me, and they're
telling you to roll the window down.
When I rolled the window down, I was like, "Oh hell, I know this is going to be." I mean, what do you do? Because they kept like
stupid
I was like,
teenage joke.
And ask for directions, so I start rolling it down. As it's rolling it down, they go and they roll it up, and they roll the window up, and they start dying out laughing. They pull out, and I was like, "The hell was that?" Like that was their joke. Like, we're going to get in and roll the window.
So they've got their window down. As you roll yours down, they roll theirs up.
Yeah, it's not important, and then they peel out. They thought that was the funniest thing, and I was like, I think I'm getting old.
It's not even manual labor
No,
now.
just like,
it's electronic.
I was like,
back in my day, you had to.
What if they're asking for directions or whatever? I'll just roll the window down and like, ha ha ha, and they just peel out. And Nancy's naive, going, "Oh, it just happened."
I don't know.
I've got a new idea for a Mystery Fifth Hour based on that.
Oh, fantastic. Coming up next week on the Mystery Fifth Hour, Lance will have a topic.
Write it down.
Write it down.
We'll forget. Yes, I do it every time. I'm like, this is a good Mystery Fifth Hour
My
topic.
notes right here.
Hey, so I don't know if this fits in what you're talking about. I think it does in some places. I have, and this is sad to admit, but I have been dreading my daughter's graduation ceremony forever because the fight for seats is just ridiculous.
Is it outside?
It's inside,
Good.
and it's ticketed. It's a ticketed event, but it's not assigned seats.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be, so you got to be out there quick, though, aren't you? Are you going to stay for the whole thing?
Well, I mean, I'll stay for the whole thing, but yeah, B is on the front of the alphabet, no doubt.
Well, here's what I did.
But I don't know what their policy is on saving seats. I despise saving seats. Like, I just refuse to do it. I tell my wife, everybody's going to have to get here on time. I am not saving seats.
I'm perfectly comfortable by myself. So we were at UAB Arena. I went, saved seats. I figured out which side they would walk down because I figured, okay, this is the best view. I'll be on the side. We can get them. They come up that side, so we'll see the whole walk down, the handing of the diploma, and the whole walk across the stage, down the stairs and over.
So you found the perfect seat.
Perfect seat. I was about 7 rows up, and I got there, and I just saved the whole row.
See, I refuse to do that.
How did you save it?
I had.
You play program.
I had
How many
programs,
times?
I had programs, and I had a sports coat on. I had something else.
Shoe.
Here's my underwear.
Yeah.
Do you
I've
still?
done that with the lounge chairs out by the pool.
Oh, despise it.
Yeah, but I'll put a shirt here.
I know.
A towel
Just,
there.
all it takes is one thing.
Flops, goggles.
But that's what I was doing. I was sitting there, and they were
Don't
like,
touch
"These
my
things
shit.
take
Those are mine."
But you know what? I'd saved 8 or 9. I forget how many it was. 8 or 9 places, and we were just a party of 5. So I was able
good idea.
to hook somebody
But
else up.
even with all that laying out, do you still get that? Is anyone sitting here? I mean, I'm like, well, no.
And I have no
That's when
problem.
you do
I was
this.
like, it is.
I just hate it. I despise saving seats. So I'm already dreading this. That I know, we're going to have X amount of people. Not everybody's going to want to get there at the same time, and I know it's going to, it's going to fall on me and Jennifer too. I mean, she'll jump in too. But it's just, I want
Two
to
people
go.
are easy because you get one at each end of each aisle, and you got everything.
My
saved
big
between.
thing is I want to go somewhere where I know where my seat is, right? I don't want to go to an event where it's going to be a rush for seats and I don't know where my seat is.
I got something.
What?
Just came. I don't know if it's related to the topic, but say there's a huge line at Taco Mama, and I see.
Oh, I hate this. I hate
and
this,
I see
Rockstar.
Lance is fourth in line.
No, I hate
And
this.
so I come up and I was like, "Hey, what's going on, man? Are you eating here?" And then suddenly I'm part of Lance's party where I get to order.
Yeah, I hate that. I've seen that
But
happen.
do you do it?
I've never done it, no.
No,
I
but
don't
I'll
like
say
doing that.
if-
But if Lance ever said, "Hey, it's a long line. You want me to go ahead and get yours as
Yeah.
well?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
Well, I would just,
Or if
I
we're
would
meeting
text
for
you.
lunch.
Yeah.
And I'm halfway through the line. You can come up and jump in.
I mean, I
think
would
that's
probably, if that were the case, I'd probably just text Lance and say, hey, I don't want to break line. Just get me a Q burrito or whatever.
No, I'm saying you're there with your family and you see Lance and you're just like, I want to go talk to him real quick. And like, well, I'm already here. Might as well get a number.
I think one other person, but like if it's a whole family.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to do the table squatter. That drives me insane.
Yeah,
I can't stand table squatters.
I've told, there was almost an altercation at one of them based on the table squatting
At a Taco Mama or just a restaurant?
at a restaurant.
Yeah.
But the Taco Mama, so I will, if I've got a big party with me, I'll have one branch over and sit. Yeah, Will told me I'm breaking his routine. He said he also didn't like when I will get,
I also don't like.
Let me run the list.
like I'll get in this long line and there's no tables. And so I'll roll the dice, get to-go food sometimes, and if a table opens, then I'll sit.
Right.
Yeah, but if it doesn't, then I'll just leave.
So he doesn't like that either?
He don't like that either. He's like, we've got a system.
I know. I just do not like the concept of the table squatter. Like
Do you explain to him how long have you known me, Will?
Yeah.
Well, that's when I guest bartended for him a couple of nights, and he was so pissed because I was drinking and I was on my phone. He was like, first he was like, 2 bartender rules: no cell phones, no drinking.
Yeah.
And so the whole time I'm like, making myself a drink.
I'll get with you in a second.
Helmet with the straws.
No, but the table squatter drives me crazy. It's like, yeah, we all see that there's not many tables. But you know what? You're 4 people behind me in line. Yeah. I'm going to get my food before you probably even order.
Yeah, and you're right. They've got a perfect system. So if they've got one register, it's because they're waiting for the tables to turn.
That's right.
If they've got 2, they've got open.
They've got plenty of tables. That's the way they do it. But it's beyond just Taco Mama. It drives me crazy anywhere. And I'll tell you what's the worst part is like when you've ordered and you've got your number and you got your drink or whatever, and then you turn around and somebody's table squatting and they will not make eye contact with you because they know they're in the wrong. And they're sitting there holding that table for somebody that's 8 deep in line. I've already got my stuff.
But people get aggressive in restaurants. So I was at a bar 3 weeks ago, and I'll tell you guys at the bar when we get done. But I'm up there, and I had on the yellow jacket that nobody likes, the really bright one. And so this girl,
the Mucinex jacket?
She's behind me.
It's green.
I've always considered that green. It's weird you call that yellow.
It's that color, top of your socks.
It's highlighter.
Yeah, it's almost highlighted.
Yeah, okay.
So this girl's behind me, and she's like, "Ooh, we going skiing today?" Yeah.
On your face.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you skiing?
Yeah.
So I just laughed it off, and so the dude in front of
giant slalom, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
walks off,
Jeez.
and then bartender I know, Alex, says, "Hey, what can I get you?" To me, he's like, "Lance, what can I get you?" I mean, they were covered up.
Yeah.
It was St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
So I order my drinks, and the girl next to me that was behind me, she was like, I was next. And I don't know if she was kidding or not. And I was like, he's in a hurry. Obviously, he already turned around to get my drinks. And her buddy comes up. She's like, what's going on? She's like, he broke in line in front of me.
Oh.
And I'm like, I didn't break in line. And the guy asked me directly what I wanted to drink. And then the girl behind me said, don't you know that women go in front of men? And I said, well, typically, I'll open a door for you, but not.
Yeah, I'm going to draw a line somewhere.
I mean, this is 1992.
By the way, your friend assaulted my jacket too.
I wasn't worried about that.
No, but just say like you're mean to me, but I'm supposed to be cordial to you. Okay.
But I was with one of our friends. Caroline was with us.
Yeah.
And so she saw the whole thing. And I had extra words for that girl after.
Did you now?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
You want them to start with a B?
No, I didn't like cuss her per se. Well, I probably used some profanity, but not directed at her.
I do like...
Because I think that's pathetic.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but when you show up to a place that doesn't have like a defined line, like I do at least try to scan my surroundings and think, okay, this guy was here in front of me. I got here in front of this guy. I think there should be some sort of civilized order.
No, I agree, but this was clear cut.
No.
And the other thing, if a bartender asks you specifically, what do you want?
You slow it down
they're
if
in
you
a
say,
hurry. Yeah, hey, no, get her first.
Yeah, because she's being a bitch.
Yeah.
Get her.
But our friend even came up like out of nowhere. But people get really aggressive at the bar if somebody feels like they're getting cut off.
That's where people are more aggressive than they usually are. Being brought to you by
our friends at McCurry. Don't be aggressive in the McCurry car and van rental. You like that?
I'm just watching.
All the trucks, SUVs, passenger vans there at McCurry. They make it easy to rent, get you in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman, 2nd Avenue Northwest. Reserve yours today, 256-559-1003 or McCurryRentals.com, McCurryRentals.com.
Real quickly, the other topic I wanted to bring up today is a fashion trend you hope comes back. And I want to say this as nice and non-creepy as I can.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy, it's a female fashion trend. Here we go. Here we go. All you females in here, get ready.
We, right now, in history, we have women's swimwear dialed in about as good as it's ever been in the history of planet Earth. It has never been better, right? Mm-hmm. It's never been better.
It's not considered a thong now. It's, what is it called?
Cheeky.
Yeah.
Yes. I like the ass cheeks are exposed on the beach. Fantastic.
Okay.
Very little imagination.
Right.
We've got everything pushed up, looking good. I mean, it's never been better. So I'm saying, don't ever change this. Let's keep today's swimwear.
TV, standard definition. It ain't gonna get better than this.
That's right.
There's no way it can get clearer.
Yeah,
than
but
this.
no, there's no way swimwear can be better. It's either we're nude or, women's swimwear is dialed in now.
Right.
So let's lock it in. One swim. Everybody who makes swimwear, lock it in.
Right.
A few years ago, we had women's jeans dialed in.
I agree.
Too.
The mom jeans.
The mom jeans are out.
Terrible
those
trend.
low riding, right on the
Makes your ass
hips.
look like a triangle.
Right on the hips were fantastic jeans.
Yeah.
Good-looking girls showing off a little midriff, perfect hips.
Well, it makes you like you got kind of the little belly too.
The mom jeans.
Yeah, kind of
100%.
the
Little
muffin.
pooch.
Yeah,
pooch.
because it jumps up and they've got the buttons on it.
Yeah.
Fupa.
But it makes your ass look a lot longer.
It does make your ass look like a triangle.
Yeah.
It does. It gives you a little.
I can't believe the mom jeans are a thing.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yes.
I cannot, but they are.
But there was a time, I don't know how many years ago, when those low jeans, and I'm told by females, they're very uncomfortable to wear. But how uncomfortable is the swimwear? I'll go ahead and ask you. It's got to be pretty uncomfortable. I've never had anything riding up my ass cheeks before. Seems uncomfortable to me.
See, that's
but
the thing. I wish
everybody's wearing them.
I wish the longer surfer short would come back because the inseam.
Jams?
The inseams have gotten too small
Yeah, they got
on
short.
our. I just don't like short shorts.
Did you like jams that came down below your knee?
I had jams. I had sun breeches.
Sun breeches.
Yeah.
I
would love for the sun breeches to come back.
I didn't like the sun breeches because they didn't have the liner on the inside.
See, I cut a lot of my liners out.
Yeah, I didn't like the liner. The liner.
You just free ball?
Yeah, well, your balls will get. It's like a raspberry after a.
That liner's irritating.
Yeah,
I agree.
I've got to have the liner, or
I'll tell you a story. So
little Jimmy starts running down a leg.
Before I got in the pool one time, I ran on my treadmill and I had the liner on with no boxes.
This is such a funny story, and I know the way the story.
Yeah, but I ran, and so I go swimming, and the next morning I wake up, and it looked like there was a strawberry on the side of my dick. And I was like, oh my God, what has happened here?
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Like, I couldn't figure it out.
I like it, Lance. So what happened to me? Okay, where was I?
I was at a strawberry patch.
I was racking my
She wasn't
brain.
bitching at me. I cut in line.
I was racking my brain, and then I was like, oh my God, it was that liner that got a hold of me.
That is a freaky scene, though. If you see something like that when you wake up, like
Yeah.
that's it. I'm some scares the shit out of me or something like that. Something's not right down there.
Do you
So the hip hugging jeans
Yeah.
from a few years ago, bring them back.
do you think I've finished Mad Men not long ago? Do you think the men's hat will ever come back, like the
hope not.
dressy hat?
I like a little baseball hat.
I don't mind a baseball hat, but I mean everything's cyclical. That'll come back in style at some point
Yeah.
where every man wears the
Well, I
hat.
remember it tried a little bit,
But more of the fedora.
yeah, the little.
Yeah, but I mean, like on that show, every guy wears a hat, and he
Well, there's
takes
a
it off
picture-
and hangs it on the.
There's a picture somewhere I saw where the unveiling of Vulcan or something like that in historical Birmingham, and there's got to be 500 men. Every single man has a hat
Yeah.
on.
I
There's
mean,
not
go back-
one guy that does not have a hat on.
Go back and look at like old photos of baseball games and stuff like that. I mean, people were wearing.
Unless you're wearing like trench coats.
Yeah, they were wearing trench coats, ties, and hats.
Well, that was
We're
the worst
trending in
look, was the trench coat and a briefcase.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, the briefcase is never going to come back.
It was a status thing.
I'll never forget Matt Coulter, our former coworker, carried a briefcase still.
Yep. Had a newspaper and a hairbrush. I remember when he'd open that thing and had today's newspaper and he had his hairbrush.
Matt would come in and do a show, and he'd
That's a
set
brute or something like that.
He'd set that briefcase down.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so old school.
That is
Did you-
fantastic.
I never had a briefcase.
Neither did
I had I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a briefcase, and my
a leather one?
it's probably fake leather, but it did have the dial with the code on it, and you pop it, and it would pop up. Back in the day, I had a briefcase.
I don't think I did.
I mean, that's old school. I don't deny it.
Yeah,
That's
Chuck
old school.
used to carry one. Because when
Yeah.
he passed away in May, I got his briefcase.
Do you know
Went
the
through it. I was
code?
hoping to find some treasure.
Some cash.
You check for false backs, see if there any money there.
I found a Panerai, which is
That's a watch.
It's an awesome watch.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit.
Mhm.
He's been hiding a Panerai. So I took it to Bromberg's, and within 5 minutes,
I can give you
Brian
$8
called me
for it.
back, and he's like,
Best I can do is 8.
I got bad news. He was like, it ain't real.
This is a manta ray.
All right, that is the Mystery Fifth Hour.
Lock in the swimwear.
It's presented by McCurry Van Car Rental. They are the local rental company you can depend on. All kinds of vehicles to choose from, including trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans. They make it super easy to rent. Get in and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Call and reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003, or visit McCurryRentals.com. That's McCurryRentals.com. Give us a thumbs up here on YouTube. Make sure you like and you subscribe. If you subscribe, send your alerts so you know when we're live. And you can follow us on social media at Next Round Live on all social media platforms at Next Round Live. Thank you for joining us for the Mystery Fifth Hour.